And so I'm very conscious of resting, not being lazy. There's a difference, because even Jesus had to take time away and rest. And so I believe that's one of the reasons. And then prayer, of course. I'm a very intimate guy with God. I just wrote a book on prayer, the how-tos of intercessory prayer. Prayer is very important, but I would always, rest is it, man. I've been doing this now. I've been pastoring for 28. I've been preaching for 37. Been saved for 42. And a lot of it's just resting, just making sure that you're not going beyond what your physical, mental, and spiritual capacity can take you. You got to be able to recharge, reboot yourself.
And that's something you learn along the way, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen pastors that lost it. I've seen pastors that gave up. I've seen pastors that got weary. I've seen pastors that burn out. I've seen pastors that just stopped preaching the gospel, who I knew they loved the Lord. They just didn't rest. They didn't rest, man. And when you're not rested, the enemy comes in. When you're just so busy doing all kinds of stuff, and you're no, that's when the enemy comes in, man. And then he begins to take some ground or territory.
Because you're vulnerable.
Yeah, very vulnerable.
Says gives no place
right.
to the devil. So it's like that's a keynote of wisdom.
And these are people that love the Lord. I mean, I know they love the Lord, but they just didn't rest. I just knew that's the key for me for the longevity is definitely rest.
Something I took away from reading the Gospels and watching Jesus is you will always see Jesus go away to like a mountaintop,
yes,
a garden, the desert,
very good,
the wilderness. And from watching that pattern, I came up with Jesus was operating in two types of prayer. And it was a prayer for feeling. He would go into the garden, or he would go into the mountaintop, and he would get insight from the Lord about the woman at the well, or they're going to betray you, and you're finna go to the cross. Nothing. By the time things happened in his life, it was almost past tense, because he had already known in the prayer closet, and he was recharging his body. And this is why the woman that touched him in his garment, virtue went out of his body, because Jesus was full.
That's good. Very good.
So that there's a point in our life where, we got to recognize there's a feeling, and then there's a pouring. And sometimes when we get exhausted, we're trying to pour out of an empty cup.
And that's happened to a lot of people. That's so true. Because when you're pouring, you got to get poured back into. And that's when you're spending time with the Lord and just really resting in God and hearing his voice.